Everybody, welcome back to the latest news. Now we have an update on the goalkeeper situation. We also got some news on Antony's exit to Atletico Madrid. Some news on Rashford as well, which we'll give you. But we'll start off by talking about the goalkeeper stuff. It came in from Fabrizio Romano. I'll talk about Gyökeres as well, but I'll talk about that towards the end. Understand Manchester United made initial contact to be informed on conditions 23-year-old goalkeeper Sene Lemons Royal Antwerp goalkeeper among main names on Manchester United list. If they decide to go for a new keeper, Dibu Martinez is also an option, but more expensive. So, listen, a lot of people are happy by this news. He's a 23-year-old keeper, as I said, plays for Royal Antwerp. The keeper that has been linked to Manchester United and has excited a lot of the fans, to be honest. On the goalkeeper situation, it does look like we are going to sign one. I think a goalkeeper is a position that's certainly needed. Onana is going to stay, we know that, but as a second choice, I don't think Bayern is good enough. I think Tom Heaton generally probably is the best goalkeeper out of the three right now. But United are interested in him and are really considering a move. So it could be like this deal happening very, very soon. As I said, development still ongoing. But he certainly is a decent keeper, I think. As I said, as stats go, he's certainly one of them that's high up there, and he's young. He'd be pretty cheap compared to signing Emi Martinez. And I don't think, I think he'd be an option. But right now, United are focusing on a striker. But it's certainly an interesting conversation to have. Now on Rashford, £26 million buy option in June 2026. He makes a 15% pay cut and will have a 40 million gross salary. That's all I really need to say on Marcus Rashford. He's left Manchester United. He will be going on loan. Authorization has been given for him to travel to Barcelona, and he will sign the contract there. So now it's all about getting Sancho, Antony, which I'll talk about, gone as well. Brian Mbeumo, he's completed his medical and signed his contract, so official announcement expected tomorrow. On Antony, which I will talk about at the end. Now, striker situation. Actually, no, I'll talk about the Antony situation first. Atletico Madrid are emerging as favourites to sign Antony. Atletico Madrid have emerged as favourites to sign Manchester United star Antony in a 30 million deal. I mean, if we can get £30 million for Antony, it would be absolutely fantastic, considering if Barcelona are to activate the clause for Rashford, it would only be 26 million. I mean, it'd be a perfect deal for me. I think the Spanish league is a league the way Antony has really thrived. I think he's certainly he'd be a very good player in that league. As I said, it's all about getting him gone, and I think certainly something before United do bring in a striker, a focus on getting rid of players, which makes a lot of sense. I think we need outgoings to, one, make space for the squad, open up the wage bill, and also get some money in, whether that's a permanent deal for some players. But I'm hoping with Antony it is a permanent deal. We've already got Rashford on loan. Ideally we'd want a permanent deal, but if they can take us off, if he can take them off our hands, it'd be absolutely perfect. He's a decent player, and I'm sure he'd do well in any other league than the Prem, to be honest. I think it's just it wasn't the right move for him at the right time. He's not a good enough player, and I think you do wish Antony all the best. He's had opportunities in United here. He's not good enough, and he's one of those 5 players that's been frozen out by Ruben Amorim, who simply we don't need at the club anymore. And as I said, it was a big money move, but I think it's time for him to move on. Now, the last thing, strike situation. Obviously, all the Gyökeres stuff that's come out. I was going to do a video, but I feel like it has been kind of denied. There's no interest. Like, all the credible main UK journalists have denied it and said it's really Arsenal Sporting trying to push Arsenal to make a bid. So I don't think there's much in the Gyökeres stuff. But one strike I want to talk about is actually two. It's Sesko and Nicholas Jackson. Manchester United have talked to Nicholas Jackson's representative Ali Barat over a potential move. A lot needs to happen in terms of outgoings for United, but one that could see happen in the right circumstances with no interest to have a long-term interest in Garnacho. So we very well could see Jackson come in and Garnacho leave. Now, I don't think that's a deal I want to see happen. But on the strike situation, Sesko has been linked to United as well. Now, as I said, I know we need a striker. I know that's the priority Man United want to go after next. Who that striker is, honestly, it could be from Sesko all the way to Jackson, all the way to Ollie Watkins, who's someone who United talked about a lot. I think the main three right now that United are focusing on, and with the most reports that are coming out, would be Nicholas Jackson, Ollie Watkins, and Benjamin Sesko. I think Sesko certainly is an interesting option. I think he's definitely someone who is still young, but is a very, very different profile to Rasmus Højlund and the current strikers that we have. You also have Watkins, who's an experienced Premier League player, done it for quite a few seasons, consistent goal scorer. But I don't know if he would leave Aston Villa to join United, but they do need to raise funds, so you very well could see him leave. Then you also have Nicholas Jackson, who again, João Pedro, Liam Delap come in. It's looking like he will be third choice. He's going to get limited game time, and he's got a long contract at Chelsea. So could he be one of those players likely to leave? Could well be. I think in terms of those three that I picked, if I had to pick my personal preference, I think it'd be Watkins 1, Sesko 2, Jackson 3. I think United are definitely having conversations. I will be having conversations, as they should be, with a lot of strikers, so we'll have to see which one does come in, but certainly is very interested. I'm excited to see which player we bring in next. As I said, then Buemo announcements should be coming in the next 24 hours, so get ready for that. But yeah, let's see what happens. Thank you for watching. Hope you did enjoy, and I'll see you on the next one. But yeah, listen, new goalkeeper could well potentially be coming in. Had a conversation about the striker situation, so